Do you have a Snapchat?
I do not.
Do you know what Pokemon Go is?
Yes.
Have you played it?
No.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
What's a meme?
It's one of those things that come up on Facebook, like it's a little saying or something that comes up on Facebook that's actually catchy.
All right, you know what Pokemon Go is?
Yes. You gonna eat that?
Do you know what Pokemon Go is?
Yes.
What's the highest Pokemon you've caught?
Let's see. One moment. 1354.
Do you know what Musical.ly is?
Yes.
Do you have an account?
I do not have an account.
Do you use Instagram?
Yes.
Do you use Snapchat?
No.
Do you know what Snapchat is?
Yes.
We are interviewing the new physics teacher, Mr. Arbo. What made you want to be a teacher? Why St. Paul's is a destination now?
I guess the thing that really hit me towards a teacher, which I always wanted to do, was my high school teachers. I really appreciated what they did, the time they spent, and wanted to give back some of that joy that I received from them.
When you're not teaching, what occupies your time?
I like spending time in my vegetable garden, growing things at home. As a lot of folks know, I'm also one of the partners who bought Covington Brewery, so I spent some time looking at sales figures and things of that, keeping tabs on that business.
But are you trained in any self-defense or martial arts?
I did take karate for 2 years.
What's your favorite genre of music?
If you can pigeonhole the genre, but Jimmy Buffett has to be my all-time favorite. I grew up on an island.
What's your favorite sport?
I'd like to play tennis.
You and Brother Ken are going to get along famously. You lived on an island for a while, but would you rather be a cowboy, a knight, or a pirate?
Cowboy, because I grew up on an island, so now I want some experience out west.
I've been singing pretty much my whole life. I mean, I really got into it a little bit more a couple years ago when I went to sing at Carnegie Hall. Pretty much we just sang different things, from a African folk song to a praise song to just a couple different things. I was a little afraid just because I was one of 5 basses out of a choir of like 120, and every other part had at least 20 people in it. So me and the other 5 guys kind of had to like support the whole choir as basses, but it was kind of fun. We all bonded. Actually, I start rehearsals this coming Monday for Don Giovanni, which is the opera that I'm in, and then we perform, I think, in about a month or the first weekend of October, something like that. I'm just in the adults chorus. I am in a search party group. That's pretty much all I know. I'm a little nervous just because I'm the youngest that New Orleans has actually accepted to be in the adults chorus, being 15, and normally the youngest I think they've had before me was either 17 or 16. Normally you can't audition until you're 16, and I know the director, and so she asked me to actually audition early, and I got to audition at 15 and I got in. I mean, I'm kind of honored being this young in the adults chorus, which is kind of fun. I mean, it was in the kids chorus actually 2 years ago for Noah's Flood, but that was a kids chorus. It was me and a bunch of other kids. This one I'm in the adults chorus. I cannot middle roar.
Oh, nice.
One solo piece I like singing is O Isis und Osiris, which is in German from Der Zauberflute, which is the magic flute. And that was actually the first opera I was in with New Orleans Opera as a super. I was just a golden bird, and it was fun.
You're never just a golden bird.
How far do you think the Saints are going to go this year?
I think they're going to go 7-9, maybe 10-6, depending on how the season goes. They got a tough schedule, but the defense will be improved, and the offensive line will come around. They'll be much improved over last year.
First round, first pick, where do you go?
Honestly, this year, I really think Tim Tebow is going to stick it up. Great first round pick.
Well, let me tell you. After I enjoy a nice Mott's apple juice, I think that I would have to go to the depth charts and go with my man Jamarcus Russell, 2003 quarterback of the LSU Tigers. My sleeper would definitely be Matt Flynn. But Jamarcus Russell's my number one.
If you had first pick in the first round, who would you pick in fantasy?
Drew Brees.
And your sleeper and bust?
My sleeper is Saints defense, and my bust is Julio Jones.
Hello everybody, my name is Carson Caulfield here for my second movie review, and this week I decided to review Ben-Hur, a somewhat anticipated Hollywood movie. And so this movie, based around 33 AD, is the story of two brothers, Judas Ben-Hur and Marsala. The two Jewish brothers from Jerusalem were all fine and dandy brotherly love until Marsala joins the Roman army, which turns him into a Roman pride bigot who, through a misunderstanding, arrests his brother and all of his remaining family. Judas, played by Jack Hudson, escapes from prison and eventually makes his way back to Jerusalem to confront his once-beloved brother, Marsala, in a chariot race. Alright, so in this movie there was only one really big actor and didn't even have a full role. It was Morgan Freeman, who played a chariot horse trainer. There was one other guy that I'd recognized, and I'm sure most of you has recognized, Rico from Hannah Montana, Moses Amethyst, or whatever his name is. So, if you want my opinion on this, actually I think it was better than the reviews. I was getting 5.56 out of 10 stars, and honestly I think it was a little bit better than those reviews are saying. It had a great plot, it was really entertaining the whole way through, and it had a couple of twists at the end. And it actually had some religious values thrown into it. There they had Jesus, of course, because it was based in 33 AD. Why wouldn't you have Jesus in there? And it all kind of ties together in the end with Jesus and his message and a couple of the other characters, which I'm not going to spoil it, but it's pretty cool. So like I said, there wasn't very many big actors, and honestly the acting was the worst part of this movie. The two main roles, Judas and Marsala, were not very good actors at all. Luckily, the story was good enough to make up for it, but still, they were not very good actors. The best actor in this by far was Morgan Freeman, of course. What else would you expect? And another big negative in the movie that I found kind of weird and I found interesting was that 3 different times Judas, the head of the movie, was wearing, I kid you not, blue jeans. Legitimate blue jeans, and other characters. Literally every single thing in this movie could have been in an Abercrombie and Fitch, or wherever you say it, catalog. I'm not even kidding. Now I know for a fact that Wrangler, the jean company, was founded in 1904. The only reason I know that from a Brett Favre Wrangler commercial with he's throwing around the pigskin with his buddies, you know. So even though this movie was pretty good and entertaining and I liked watching it, it's not comparable to the classic. It's just a classic film. If you didn't know, this was a remake of the Ben-Hur made in the 1960s, I believe. So, should you see this movie this weekend? I would say, sure, if you don't have any more tickets to Sully. I would wait to see Sully this weekend. It's going to be incredible. I'm going to review that next week. But still a good movie, and I would give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. So, thank you, and goodbye.
Apple, you blew it.
So recently, Apple just had their glorious annual keynote where they tell you about the newest iPhone, iPad, MacBook, and whatever else they sell that you will definitely buy.
So the 3 main things that Apple announced is their new iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, the Apple Watch 2, and their wireless earbuds.
So let's start off with the iPhone 7. Of course, it doesn't matter what I'll say about it, you will still buy it. It doesn't matter that they removed the headphone jack and gave you a lightning to 3.5mm adapter. It doesn't matter. You will still buy the newest iPhone.
And why is that? So the new camera on the iPhone 7 is the same camera as the iPhone 6s, so you're not really getting a change there. But on the iPhone 7 Plus, they released a dual lens system, which means that they have 2 different cameras, which means that one lens is really wide angle and one lens is very telephoto, which means it zooms in. So basically you can get 2 times magnification without losing any detail. And they also included some new flash that has 4 different LEDs, so it tries to match the skin tones, but it's nothing fancy.
Now, something you guys might be excited for is the new iPhone is IP67 water resistant. That really means nothing. It's not waterproof. Don't go scuba diving with your iPhone. It will not survive.
So the other thing that Apple released is their haptic feedback, which basically means that the home button no longer clicks. It's not a physical button.
Now that's something Apple did to make their phones thinner. And also to make their phones thinner, they ditched the headphone jack completely. You will no longer have an iPhone with a headphone jack. That is dead. You will now use the Lightning connector to listen to any type of audio.
Now Apple's not just going to completely throw out everything. They're going to include an adapter that'll let you use your old headphones. But if you're bad at losing things, then you're going to lose this adapter pretty quickly.
And also, you can no longer charge your iPhone and listen to music at the same time, unless you get an adapter, which they'll probably sell for upwards of $50.
And some people were expecting the new iPhone to be a little bit bigger, but they pretty much kept the same size as the 6 and the 6 Plus, so you're not going to see a difference in size.
So this phone is also going to have no wireless charging, no fast charging, again from Apple.
So basically, if you have an iPhone 6, 6 Plus, 6S, or 6S Plus, you shouldn't upgrade to the new iPhone. If you're into photography, it might be good for you due to the new camera, but other than that, there's not many reasons why you should upgrade to the new iPhone.
And now, the big announcement. The headphones. They're wireless if you opt for the model that has the wireless headphones.
So in addition to spending over $700 on the new iPhone 7 Plus, you're also going to have to spend another $160 to buy the wireless earbuds.
If you opt into it. But it doesn't matter, your mommy will still buy you the newest iPhone anyway. Love you, mommy. And now, it was also announced by Apple yesterday that they have unveiled their newest Apple Watch, the Apple Watch Series 2. It's now waterproof up to 50 meters. Whoop-de-doo. And if you get the cheaper model instead, it now comes with a dual-core processor, which means it's going to be as fast as the new model. There's really no reason to upgrade if you already have one.
Some people were also disappointed that Apple didn't release their new MacBook Pro, so stay tuned for that in the next couple of months.
In conclusion,
Apple's new iPhone 7 and 7 Plus are inferior to other smartphones on the market. Just stick with your phone that you have now and save up some money for another phone that's better.
This has been Guerilla Wolves Sports News. Thank you for watching.
Casey Fitzmaurice!
Ping, ping, pong, ping, 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 pong, ping, 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 pong, ping, ping.